Because we're gonna call the meeting to order. A moment of silence, please. Push to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have a meeting here due to a line on the budget concerning the fire company. The agreement line is for $3,500 to be added to the budget.
Point of order,
Yes, sir.
if we put a line item in today, we'll have to let it set for 10 days before we can adopt it, because you have the right to know. They have to have a right, the people have to know when we amend it. Same way in January, the same principle works. If they open the budget and change it, there has to be a 10-day waiting period, and it has to be advertised. And I noticed Arvona advertised every day of that 10 days until they adopted their budget.
And I understand that that doesn't absolutely have to be done, and I don't wanna advertise and waste borough money to advertise every day.
All I'm saying, I gave you the statute on that, and it has to be advertised.
I understand that it has
As
to
a
be
right to know officer, I
advertised
would,
for
I
10
follow.
days.
Yeah,
And the reason why,
and we don't have evidence that we, in the 30 days, advertised it. It's on the bulletin as this one here. November the 2nd.
Was it advertised, Noel?
Which one, the one that's out on the board?
Yeah,
Technically, no, because that was the tentative budget and I didn't know that
Okay.
it had to be like specially advertised and stuff like that.
okay, so we're already over as far as the budget is what we're saying. The tentative budget, correct?
we
Yes.
had a motion that the solicitor was to give us an opinion on a motion that was made, and it's my understanding the solicitor has not responded. And I would say that
But Reverend Spade, we
I
can't hold
object.
things up because of the solicitor, and like I stated in the past meeting that we met, that we are a small community, we are less than 500 residents, and that includes children. And there is always gonna be somebody sitting at this table that is part of an organization. Joe here alone, his wife is the head of the library, and he helps out at the library. He here is as a member of the fire company, he is an officer of the fire company. Right here alone, he holds with 2 organizations. I don't even know what else, he's part of the CERT team, which, you know, just
the Crime
alone,
Watch.
3.
Crime
know,
Watch,
We are always going to run into this situation. We sent her to get training, secretary training. They have a community, believe it or not, that is smaller than Coalport. There are relatives on their township, and they have to allow for conflict of interest. And they have statements as to that fact, because people are related to each other, people are on organizations. We are always gonna run into this, Reverend Spade, and we have to allow for such things. And I understand, it's not like people are lining their pockets. It's not like we're writing a check out to the fire company and saying, you are definitely getting $3,500. We don't even have a contract with the fire company stating, we're giving you $3,500. In the year of 2020, you're definitely getting
Good point.
$3,500.
Good point. Good point.
That isn't what the budget is about. It's about a guideline.
But it has to be advertised if you change it.
I understand it has to be advertised. And Reverend Spade, I'm asking for help here. I've asked the fire company for help and they have been wonderful. I've asked y'all here for help. This is my first year doing this. I'm gonna make mistakes. She walked into this job because we had nobody. The hours that she put in volunteering was amazing.
I say.
We are gonna make mistakes and
Well, I object to anything being put in so we could vote on this today. I move that we just do this budget and dispose of this, that we meet. I have a proposal that I presented to each one of you, that we could do a resolution today that we are going to contract with them. Really, the line item that was written in the suspended one said donation, and I object to that. Even the vice president said we can't give a donation.
What are we gonna put that under?
Well, they have did you see the new one that they have? The new one, the proposed one, which this would have to be, as right to know officer, I really will stand.
Expenditures and on the line
It's-
with fire companies.
It's under the fire company as a
Yeah, I saw
donation.
that, yeah, that's why I took that off there.
And that's, you had a valid point that the new council is the one that's gonna, they could pull it all out. And if the scenario that was presented to me, which I'm not gonna present it all, they may not, that's why I would like to push that we do a resolution that we are going to do contractual agreement in 2019. And that will be more stronger than a budgetary, because if the
we're
scenario.
in a contractual agreement in 2020.
Yeah, 2020, but
Okay.
we're doing it here in 2019, and a resolution carries over. And this would be and subject to their opinions over here, this would be the plan, but in March, after everybody does all their stipulations and everything, it would be signed, a contract would be signed.
So what you're telling me here is that
Because
we're
they,
starting out 2020 without an approved budget. This is what you're telling me.
no, we have to, but what I'm saying is if the vice president, because the Honorable Jack Group is not here, if they would withdraw that, or if we
He's
just,
not here to withdraw it.
or just do this one, because the other one is still pending. We have a motion that was duly done, that's a solicitor, and it was our Honorable Secretary that brought up the issue, and I agreed with her, and that was suspended. Anything was suspended until the attorney gives his opinion. This is where I stand. I say, let's dispose of this by doing the one that's been posted out on the thing. Let's do a resolution that we're going to do a contractual agreement subject to 2010 and
2020.
2020. Thank you for the correction. And I hope that would appease this fire company, because you've said it several times, and you're right. This new council that comes in can totally wipe out anything that we put in there. And if the scenario that was alleged, because there's no proof of it, I believe that the new council, if certain parties are in control, there won't be a contract, period. That's why I want to
Over
do.
my dead body.
I want to do a resolution I would like to do a resolution which carries over into the new one, has more strength than this, because we have something that's in the books. That's my opinion.
Now, Reverend Spade, this here, you made this up.
That's proposal, it's subject to everybody's change.
Did the fire company get a chance to look at that?
They have a copy now.
No,
and-
we just have a proposal.
Yeah, that's the
That's
proposal.
the same thing I have is this proposal.
Yeah.
And
That's just some idea of what, to show you that we're gonna go, these are steps to
Can you
do.
clarify something, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
You're saying that you do not want to accept the motions that was made by, Joe and Jack.
It's suspended.
Okay. You want to revert back to your old budget without any change.
Right.
Why not make the change? Because you're going to have to advertise it anyway and put the 3,500 in.
If we amend it,
You're going to have to.
we're gonna have to
You're
wait
going
and have
to-
another
You're
special
going to
meeting.
have to do it anyway, no matter from what you stated earlier. To
In
get
my-
your,
yeah,
to-
I agree
to
with
get-
you.
To
I
get your
agree with
10, to get your 10 days.
If we add it,
Am I right?
we
I
hold
mean,
it for 10, we have to hold it for 10 days.
Yes.
And then have another meeting in 10 days to approve that with.
We have to advertise.
Yeah.
It's all up to you, but I don't think, as you stated, you said it very clear and succinct. We have no contract with the fire company. What are we, how are we putting this money into a budget? And,
Because this budget is for 2020,
yeah,
and you know what?
I would rather give them more than 3,500.
But you know what? The fire company has been very generous with us,
Yeah,
and they have worked very well with us. And they understand that we are up against the wall and we're losing tax revenue constantly. And they understand that they are falling on hard times, we are falling on hard times, everybody is falling on hard times. And as much as we would like to give them more and they would like to receive more, it's not possible.
Right.
I just think the contract is a very important
It
thing.
is very important.
And
It is extremely important.
Yeah.
And we all know that. We have been without a solicitor, and as they've sat here, how many meetings now have we put this on hold? And the solicitor has yet to contact us. And we went and we got a solicitor so that we could get this all of our stuff taken care of, and we still haven't had anything taken care of.
Well, I make a motion.
Let's take care of one thing at a time.
I actually
Yeah,
have a
but
I have a question.
Okay.
What did we, do you have a copy of, or did someone tell me what we gave the fire company in 2019?
Zero.
nothing.
There was nothing given into,
Nothing.
what had happened
Well, that
was,
was
there was
easy.
a, there was a, there was
Before
a check
that-
written out for $7,500, but that covered
Contract was
2008.
75, 70.
There was nothing
600, I
covered
think it was.
in 2019.
2018,
75, 76, 18.
75.
Yeah, each municipality.
2018, we still had a contract.
Mr. Lee, what went on was the borough signed a contract back in
2004.
2004 with a clause which we have with each municipality that we serve that is, could be negotiated if they wanted to do it. If neither party said anything, it continued on for each year.
Right.
And it hasn't changed from that point, okay? The amount has stayed the same. The prior council in 2018,
Yes.
stated they wanted to break the contract. The president at the time stated, this is our contract that we gave the borough, that we have a borough seal on, stated that this was not a contract. It was an agreement. Well, there's not much difference between the word agreement, contract, because Jerry using the word agreement here, and then he stated the word contract. And
It's contractual agreement.
contractual agreement, but it's still an agreement.
Yeah.
And that's where it's coming from. All right, the borough is required by law to pay for the workman's comp. And they pay a portion, Buchanan Township pays a portion, and White Township, that's our fire contract area itself. The borough is also by law required to provide fire protection to their municipality, which they are not doing by not having the contract. So that's where we're at a pivot. We understand that the borough can't afford $7,500, $7,600. You know, our expenses go up, theirs goes up, their income comes down, or, you know, we understand all that. The big problem is the borough's losing population, the borough's losing market value, therefore they don't have the tax revenue coming in.
Absolutely.
We understand that.
Okay.
Okay, so if that, hopefully that helps you.
The 2018 council stated that the contract was a donation, and that's why they wanted to get rid of a donation.
Right.
Is that in the borough code?
I'm pretty sure that it is.
Can anyone
because
show me that in the
I
borough?
don't even have my
What
book
do you-
with me.
That
It's
the
not
borough
stated,
cannot
it's
make a
stated.
donation?
I'm not sure. I don't
It's
have my book
conformity
with
to
me.
equity.
Can the borough make a donation?
I went through the borough code
And
and
does it state that?
it has to be equitable. So if we designate and label a donation to the fire company, okay? I want a donation for some other societies, you know, library needs a donation. Everybody can be, because conformity and equity states that
Where
if you
is
do,
that?
if
Can
you do it
can
to
you just
one,
sometime show it to me, or
yeah.
Tell
What
me what
does the
section
state
it is.
say? Is there a state law that
Yes,
says?
there is.
Okay.
There's a conformity to equity, it's in the courts, okay? It's in our borough code. I went through and looked through it. We have to do things equitably. If I do it for you, I have to do it for everybody here.
Like the news, the library, the museum.
Yeah, everybody, and so we don't wanna call it a donation. The work, as, I'll repeat it one more time if I may. The workman's compensation says contract. That, and with stipulations, and I haven't been talking about it, you wanted to do what you, I wanna see what stipulations we're gonna work out, and what lawfully we can ask, and what you can lawfully ask, and we need a solicitor for that. Okay, I'm not opposed. I would like to do a resolution today, if the vice president would second it, that we do a contract. And that resolution now will carry over into the new council, and they will have to do it by law to rescind it. But that resolution has more power than this little old budget.
If we do that, I don't wanna get into any set amount like we had before. I know
Well,
that they can.
No, it's just a
an agreement, like 5%.
It's just a resolution.
Yeah,
Talk about what was left over.
what we did I think you were
Beyond
last,
records.
you weren't at the meeting when Rupert made that motion, I don't think.
No.
No,
It was a discussion, bang, 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 just to get a number in the budget. That's all we were shooting for at that
Right.
time, to get a number, and we
Just to be
came up with
acknowledged.
3,500.
A dollar.
That left the
We could
borough
put $1 in.
a couple $100 in the,
I mean, it has the same
Black,
value.
yes.
$1 and
But that- a budget's a
3,500 has the
budget.
same, because they're
it's
gonna pull
a
out.
guideline.
If the scenario that goes, that's
Yeah, I
gonna,
know.
that I heard is might happen.
I can't remember.
It's
That was so
gonna-
I
long
think
ago.
5% seats that open, it has to be filled.
Yeah, but the trouble with that is,
Yeah.
Well,
How do you work on
I'll
that?
talk to you.
Yeah, how do you work that?
Yeah.
yeah.
you have to wait till the end of the
problem
year
with
and
that
finally
is you
see
can
what's going on
change-
before you guys
Numbers
get
can
in.
change.
Exactly.
It's not fair,
I mean,
it's
your one
not
audit
feasible.
showed that you
But a
guys were in the
resolution
hole.
would,
And you had
it-
another
it
auditor
would
come
be
in and
something
do
they would
something
have
that
to,
now you're
and I think they would give a
showing a
lot of,
surplus.
they can easily take it out of the budget.
5 years.
But a
Yeah, so,
resolution,
you know,
they have to enact one
Right, right. You follow?
Yeah, I do.
to rescind it.
Okay, guys, I wanna try and come up with something. It's gonna be feasible to everybody. I know I can't make everybody happy. And we really need to get things moving along. Reverend Spade, I really wanna see this line put in the budget for the fire company.
I object,
I know you do.
because it has no foundation. And I don't want, it says it's a donation, I object to that.
Then let's find another term
Let's
for
put
it.
an agreement or,
Proposed agreement, call it proposed agreement.
I like that. Why can't we call it a proposed agreement?
And then we're gonna have to advertise again.
You're going to have to
We're gonna have to
anyway.
advertise anyway.
We still haven't advertised the budget yet at all.
Okay. I'll yield to you, Madam President.
Well,
And as respectfully ask, the next time we have a meeting, that you have the teddy bear.
The next time we have a meeting, I better not have to hold anything here. But do I have?
I will yield to you, and, the other one's still pending, so make a new motion. I would say.
So that's what I'm asking for. Do I have a new motion to put a proposed agreement amount on the budget?
I make a motion that we put a motion, amount on of $7,500.
Are you?
I make the motion. I'll wait for a second. That was what the old contract was, and if you're gonna do this, we're not gonna slight.
Okay, but then
Jerry,
we
they
would be
know
going
the
into
situation,
negative.
that's why they're willing to work with us. We know $7,500 is something we really can't.
We're gonna have to go back to the table again. This is on the budget,
You're putting it
and
in
now
your
our budget is going to be at a
Yeah.
negative,
I don't
which
think
means
so.
we're gonna have to take this budget back and rework the budget.
We don't have,
I would be
a
okay with
carryover in
$7,500.
this budget, so we need
Yeah,
to
there
have, show that
I thought I
carryover
seen
from
there was
last,
a carryover.
excuse me?
I thought I
There
seen
With
there
the
was a
$3,500, this is only gonna leave us $200 in revenue. And if he does $7,500,
We're-
now we're going to be in the hole,
Yeah.
which means we're gonna have to take the budget back to the table and rework the budget.
Can't do that.
So we still can't advertise the budget or put the
Well, I
budget on.
have the balance sheet that proved to me that there's gonna
Maybe it
be,
was on the balance sheet, but I could have swore I seen where there was a carryover. from-
It's on the back of the budget, it's under the revenues.
and that's not added in,
No, it's not.
so we do have the money.
You have to add in the ending.
We have 11,000.
However,
Estimate. You don't know what it
Here's the
is.
next
We didn't get a
item.
we didn't get a second, so
Now,
there's.
hold on a minute, because the next item is the IRS fees, which means there won't be no carryover. So,
I thought that was
There's-
rectified for
that-
$1,500.
That
hold
one
on a
was only
minute,
for
that was for the
15.
1
For
year.
15.
She's about to give you a report on
Uh,
the next year.
The 1,500 for 15.
That wasn't a settle for everything.
Not yet. The nightmare continues.
Look at that.
Dad was never on council. Dad
No.
was only-
And also that we advertise in my motion.
I'll ask for a second one more time.
This is the first time.
I'm sorry. Okay, now I'll ask for a second one more time. Motion dies, lack of a second.
I'd like to make a motion that we put the line item in as proposed agreement and leave it at the 3,500 that was originally on the budget.
Okay? Do I have a second to that amount?
Second to the
I'll
motion.
say yeah.
Okay? All those in agreement signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Please add that into the budget. Make sure that that is advertised first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, next thing on the agenda is the IRS. Noel has the, report for the IRS statements that we have received for the fines of this 1 year, which item,
17.
2017.
We haven't got to 16, so we're
It was-
skipping over a year.
Oh, yeah, we're
Yeah, what's-
skipping a year, so
270.
hold your hat. She
So-
isn't pretty.
For the first quarter, we owe $1,257.23.
Give me that amount again.
$1,250?
$1,257.23.
Okay,
The second quarter, we owe $1,256.83. The third quarter, $1,274.86, and the fourth quarter is $1,058.53.
$1,058 and how much?
53.
53.
Does that include penalties?
That was the total
That's
that they gave
everything.
me.
That's the total that they want paid.
Can we have a copy of that when you have time? Not in a hurry. Do you need a proposal to pay that?
No, well, 2015, the 1,500 was the total for 2015.
For 2015.
Is there a time limit on this?
As far as I know, no.
They didn't say what date they wanted that paid by?
No.
They use the ASAP.
Well, we have 11/5. I make the motion that we pay those.
Well, let's see what the
Well,
others
let's
are,
see.
Harry. Let's see what everything is. And
Well, we pay them as we get them.
you know, 2016 was or something?
We
So,
didn't send anything for 2016.
418.
So that's like a total of $4,847.45.
What was that again?
I'll let my
4,000?
motion still stand.
$4,847.45. I didn't bring my phone to add all this, so I'm gonna add it one more time
Did
because,
you have it added up?
Well,
No, I didn't actually.
okay, thank you. So, in order to get 2017 behind us, we owe the IRS $4,847.45. And you made a motion to pay them in
I
full?
made the motion.
Do I have a second?
Respectfully ask a second.
I'll second
Joe seconds. All those in favor signify by aye.
it. Aye.
Any opposed?
What's that again?
Motion carried. Pay the IRS.
Quickly as possible. Before they change their mind.
So then, so the 4,847.45 plus the 1,500, correct?
Yeah, the 1,500 we paid last meeting.
Oh,
correct?
okay.
Yes.
They're already
Okay,
paid.
that's already paid.
So
Great.
2015 and 2017 are behind us. We just now have to worry about 2016. They haven't gotten back to us about that yet.
Is that the last?
Me
Or,
and Catherine are still working
Oh,
on
I
it.
thought you had to get 17 before.
so there may be 2017 and 18? 18's are-
2016 and 2018 yet to go.
I thought we had 18 done, that we had.
Catherine is still working on 18.
We still have the audit to take, they're gonna have the audit done this month.
I've been talking to Lincoln Associates. They were missing a couple of invoices, and I'm gonna be making calls when I get into work tomorrow about them. The
It'd be
businesses
nice to
sending
get that
invoices.
cleared up before the end of the year, 'cause if it drags over, it's gonna be even worse yet.
The motion for the independent auditor, that I gave you a resolution. I'll let it set until our special meeting, but I'd like to have the rest of the information. And if you would contact, the Links Associates and see if they will do it next year for
If they would be
2019.
interested in doing it.
Then we can put it
But
in
we
the
need to talk to them and
resolution
see if they would be
correctly.
interested in staying on.
And then we can adopt that before the end of the year. And
Sounds like a
then
plan.
one more resolution, I'd like to make a resolution, call for a resolution that we have preliminary steps for a contract. And it'd be a resolution of 2019, so it carries over into 2020.
And that's with the fire company.
That's with the fire company. Because we said proposed amount of money, but we need a contract to solidify whatever it's gonna be. And that's what gives time for the fire company to work. It could be speeded up, but I have it that we'll sign the contract in March. And that's my motion as a resolution. And I request a second and a roll call vote.
Well, I would second it, but I'll get in trouble for that. So. I would second it.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
What resolution?
You want me to draft up the
Hold on a minute, cause
resolution?
I'm thinking here.
Yeah,
You're holding your you hit me with a lot of stuff all at once. You're holding your resolution for the independent auditor,
yes.
correct?
And we can hold this other one and I'll draft it up if you'd like with the help of the fire company.
And then you're drafting a resolution for the fire company.
That we're going to, that the 2019 has determined that we want a contract for the fire company.
Correct.
And then that carries over to the resolutions carry over.
Correct.
And then the new council would have to rescind that, which would really be a big statement if they would do that. It's
And I
easy for them
understand that.
it's easy for them to yank that 3,500 out of the budget because they can do it. But if it would take another resolution to rescind the one that we do. And that's why I feel it's more stronger than the budget. In my opinion, I'm not an attorney, I don't, but I know that there's certain steps that they must do by law, and then we could object if they didn't do it right the next year. If they just say, we're not gonna do a contract, they can't do it. It's just like ordinances carry over. And, that's what that other issue, that independent auditor resolution that I put before you.
Okay, which you want that handled whenever we approve the budget in 10 days, correct?
Can I do that? Can I make a motion that we do it? Because there's no use me doing it and then you're not gonna vote it. So I have a second on it.
Which you made the motion that he do that, correct?
Correct.
I'm fine with
Thank
that.
you.
Do I have a
Just for
second?
an agreement, right? Just that we're on.
For the
That we're
agreement.
gonna work on one.
Yeah,
Correct.
but
Yeah.
with no set pricing.
No
yet.
set price.
Okay.
No set
That's
price.
fine. He made the motion. Do I have a second? He made the motion.
No, I made the motion.
You made the motion, he made the second?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And that this would be the way we attack it.
And I have a meeting
You
at the
know.
fire hall tomorrow and I can pick up that other.
Yeah.
And I'll get it to the fire company, they can look over it, we can,
I mean, it could be done
Brainstorm together.
sooner than March if you want, but it's not, they're not gonna get a payment at least until April anyway, so. If
That's
the
fine.
council, if they don't rescind what we do,
you know, we can just look over everything and nitpick here, nitpick there, throw them together, roll them all together and come up with one gangbang buster of a contract.
yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Well, the contract is a legal matter and so we need a
Okay, a
solicitor.
proposed agreement,
The solicitor needs to look at it.
that's fine. Okay, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Christmas bonuses. Normally for the employees, we get them a $50 gift card from the Minute Mart every year.
Leo's.
Leo's?
Well, the motion, you can make a motion, whatever you.
That's normally where we get them at, but wherever
Okay.
it is,
I don't
between
care.
the two, you can pick it, but what we've done is, I make a motion, we get all the workers a $50 gift certificate, either from Minute Mart or Leo's, whichever they prefer. And,
Took care of that area.
and that should take care of that part. I
Mm.
meant to do it earlier and I didn't get to it
No,
an earlier
that's
date.
fine.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Kevin seconds. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Under solicitor, if nobody objects, Noel will be contacting the other solicitor who sent us a letter, of interest to see if he would be interested in taking us on. Are you all okay with that? And do I
Who
need a
is it
motion?
again?
Cummings Lawn.
Cummings,
But this will be next year's new council's responsibility.
I'm
But
just
you-
asking if y'all would be okay with her
Yeah,
asking him
yeah.
if he was still interested.
We can do
Do
some
I have a
legwork.
motion
Motion to,
for her? Do I have a
so
second?
motion.
Kevin seconds. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any objection?
It would be nice if, no objection, it would be nice if she could find out by the time we got some of this other and just kind of could put a lot of this stuff into one like last meeting to get it taken care of. Even if it was getting closer, to the end, it's close now, but not doing it on the 31st.
I agree.
There again, the new council could overrule anything, for a solicitor, but we at least are doing the legwork.
Reverend Spada, I know that you like to err on the line of caution, on the side of caution, but I'm hoping our new council just isn't that cruel.
Okay.
Hoping.
It's gonna
Okay.
be what, how many? Well,
That's,
one-
that was
Any
my
opposed?
question. Let's-
It's not gonna be that many.
What's,
Nobody opposed? Motion carried.
you're gonna be on that council, and you're gonna be on that council.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, how many change, there's not a lot of change anyway, I don't think.
Well, two have to be appointed.
One was elected, right?
One was elected. Correct. Okay, does anybody have anything else? Firemen, do you have anything? You guys
Nope,
okay?
Thank you for your time, just, we understand this is a proposal and up to for the next council, and I understand where you guys are coming from, I think we all do. It's a tough thing. You have a new council coming along with 5 members instead of 7, which is gonna be tougher yet, because it's gonna be harder to make a decision with 3 to say yes and 2 on the negative.
We as council could appoint 2 alternates in case there's.
I don't know if you can or not.
We
No,
can't
They do
over-
it, they do that.
The big thing is, it's gonna be up to the, like Mr. Lee said, I don't know your first name, I call you
Robert, yeah.
Robert.
You can go Bob, that's fine.
Okay, what Bob said then, he's right, you have one that was elected, and if he takes it and gets sworn in properly, and then you're gonna have to appoint one with you 3.
That's all right.
for the
I'll
fourth
do a
one.
visit.
He was on the
Why
ballot.
would he run it and turn it down?
Just with
Oh,
that-
so you're gonna have 2.
So you may end up having 2, but you have to check with the election board to see whether he did turn it down or not.
I think Peg may be gonna check on the election board because she's the one that has to do the swearing in and that, and she maybe got a check.
Yeah, the
on it.
mayor can swear in, or else they can go to a magistrate's office.
They go to magistrate, there's a regular
Judge.
ceremony at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Or if the mayor hasn't been sworn in yet, a notary can come
No,
in and swear
What's his
everybody
last
in.
name, Mike?
Yeah, well, mayor's hasn't changed, so she still has her power.
They have
Alright.
to, they have to have their, affidavit of residency to be even
And
sworn.
you
I
have
have
those on,
copies
you
of
have
those.
those on file.
Yeah, I printed those out already.
All right, if we have nothing else,
I'll
can I
make a
enter?
motion for adjournment.
Do I have a second?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
gotta appoint a meeting, don't forget to set your meeting date,
10 days.
your 10
For
day.
10 days. Does anybody have a calendar?
It's 11th, yeah.
Today's the 15th.
Today's the 15th?
We're at
Well,
10
we ain't
days.
doing Christmas Day. There ain't no way we're gonna.
Oh, why not?
No.
Come on, Christmas Day, have your spirit, ho, ho, ho.
Christmas is
Where
on
am
a
I,
Wednesday,
honey?
right?
Oh.
Well, Christmas is a Wednesday.
Right in
Yeah, I will come dressed up.
Today's the
Okay.
15th.
And
So-
you can't go by just 15.
Is it 10
Right,
business?
it's 10 days from when she gets the ad in.
So
So that'd
if
be-
she gets it in tomorrow, which would be the 16th, it's the
She
26th.
will
She
not
won't
get
make
it into tomorrow's paper because the ads for tomorrow's paper
Better
are
figure
already
the
done.
Okay, so let's
Would
go
be
the
before
27th,
Tuesday.
at least the
Friday.
27th, so let's start the
27th.
Friday, the 27th, at 7 PM. So advertise both. You are going to advertise a meeting on the 27th at 7 PM, and you are also advertising the budget.
Correct.
You could put that all into one ad
7 PM?
and say that council plans to adopt the budget.
Is that the 10th day or,
Nope, that's
It'll be the
actually
11th.
not, that
Actually
is actually the 11th.
Just,
okay,
just in case for the ad going in,
very
that's
good.
what she was explaining.
Okay. We're going. So now,
Everybody satisfied?
are we all good?
I'm just disappointed about no teddy bear today.
I don't think Coalport can handle me holding the teddy bear right now while conducting a meeting.
Anyway, Merry Christmas if I don't see anybody.
Are you making the motion to adjourn?
Yes, I will go ahead and I make a motion that we adjourn at this time.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second that.
Okay, Bobby seconds. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Thank you, firemen.
Thank you all for your help and patience and kindness in our building.